What's going on, everybody? Gentleman94 here. Welcome back to Ben Builds. This is episode number 7 on the Harrier group build. I'm so glad you guys can join us. Today, guys, I'm going to be doing something a little different. I want to try something called black basing. I've never done it before, and I have no idea really if I can pull it off, but I've been watching videos on YouTube about it, and it doesn't look that difficult, so I want to go ahead and try it. But first, before any of that happens, I need to go ahead and clean up some of these parts. So the drop tanks, the wheels, the front landing gear, that all has to be cleaned up, ready for installation probably next episode, or at least initial painting next episode. So once we go ahead and clean all of these up, then we're going to go back and we're going to try the prime coat and we're going to try the black basing technique. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's clean up these seams. So the seams are clean. We are ready for priming. I'm going to be using a black primer. We're going to be using Tamiya XF1 flat black. I know it's not technically a primer, but I think it'll work just fine for my application, and I really want to just try it out. I know you can do this on a whole bunch of different types of colors, but we're going to go with the flat black by Tamiya just to see how it works. And really, I mean, if I don't like it, I can just strip it off or repaint the whole thing anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. First stage, we have to go ahead and prime with our Tamiya flat black. After that, that's when we go ahead and start the real tedious process of marble coat. The marble coat is really squiggly lines, dots, dashes, all these crazy different geometric shapes. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I do know that if nothing else, I can use that black primer to also paint my wheels, to paint my drop tanks, to paint any part or piece that needs a primer coat. Hopefully it works out fine. But this is going to actually replace my standard version of, pre-shade, post-shade. This is going to basically eliminate a lot of those early steps. So we're going to go ahead and hit a primer coat of flat black. We're going to come back and do a marbling coat of the Vallejo light gray. Then we're going to come back and we're going to do a blend coat, again, of the Vallejo light gray, but highly thinned. And then we're just going to blend everything together. So is it going to work? I have no idea. Am I nervous about this? Heck yes. But I wanted to try it, move my modeling skills forward, see if I can't master this, or see if I even like it. I may not like it, so who knows? We're going to go ahead and give it a shot today, so let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, priming coat is finished. Turned out decently enough. It is definitely black, and it's that lovely Tamiya flat black. So let's go ahead and try the marble coat. Now the marbling coat is pretty much what I'm doing here. Squiggly lines, dots, lines, hash marks, whatever you want. You do that over the entire aircraft and you will have this mottled effect, much like a marble countertop or something like that. Then, after the whole model kit has been painted, we're going to let that dry and then come back over it with a blending coat. And the blending coat is going to be a highly thinned version of our marble coat. This is just a basic, bare minimum for this black basing technique. We're just going to try that out. This marbling coat looks very interesting. I can see this being kind of tedious though too, but this looks crazy. I really hope this works out in the end because I would hate to have to strip all this off and redo the entire paint job. So with our marbling coat down, you can kind of get the idea. We have some blotches, some splotches here and there, some lines, some squiggles, but you still see the dark underneath it, but you also still see the light on top. So it's an interesting contrast. Now we're going to have to go ahead and redo the marbling effect to go ahead and fill in some of these areas and still have it be kind of a built up layer by layer, have a really cool effect. At least that's what I'm hoping to do. So let's go ahead and do this and see how this looks. So this looks very interesting. I have repeated a couple of different layers of this marbling effect over top of each other, and this is what I've come up with. It's not bad. It's different. I'll give you that. This looks crazy. I don't know really what to think about this, but I definitely can see the advantages because we have some very interesting color shifts, very interesting color. It's interesting. I might try this again. But next, I want to go ahead and use the blending coat now. Without the blend coat, it's very stark. It kind of looks like a German night fighter. Close-up look here, you can see there's subtle paint shifts. So let's go ahead and thin up our paint and start on the wing and work our way to half the fuselage. We'll do half the fuselage first, see how we like it, and I'll come back and I'll show you how that looks. So here it is half blended. So you can see there's a definite difference between the blended and the non-blended side. I like the blended side, it looks really cool. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's subtle changes in paint here and there, and you can get kind of that blackness to show through the gray. Very interesting. Let me go ahead and blend the rest of it. We'll come on back and I'll show you what we end up with. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it looks good. And here we go, guys. This is the completely blended Hawker Harrier. And I really have to say, this is kind of cool. I've never done this before, this black basing idea, so I really don't know if I've done it 100% correctly. But I got to tell you, it is actually a lot of fun to do. And from my research and from my readings and video watching, you can actually use different colors for the marbling effects that will give you a whole different range of subtle changes in color and hue and saturation and all these crazy things that I've never really looked at before. So it's a very interesting technique. There are a few areas I need to touch up, like right in here on the landing gear. This needs to be touched up for sure. And it's kind of cool when you twist this and turn this, you can get a whole bunch of different types of subtle changes in colors. So we're just going to leave this for now, let this dry. We'll be back next time, or hopefully I'll give you a full rundown of how it looks. I'm going to play around with this black basing technique. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. It's very different than what I normally would do. But you know what? Hey, let's be adventurous. Let's try some new things. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed my very first attempt at black basing. I don't know if I'm going to do this very often, but you know what? We might as well try it. Till then, guys, take it easy, keep modeling, and we'll see you guys back here soon on Ben Builds.